So, there seems to be a lot of confusion for beginners to night runners, so I figured I would make a beginner's guide video on a fresh save in night runners. This video is made as of February 24th, 2024, so some of the information in this video may be subject to change very shortly after this video is published. So, just be aware that when you are playing this, it may be different and you might not be able to follow it exactly as I do. So the very first thing is you're going to want to start your career. Press A on Xbox, or you can press your start button on Xbox to jump right to your game settings. Say you want to turn down your like the full screen, or you have your FPS down in the top left to disappear like that, or turn it back on. I'm playing on the highest possible quality settings, but this game does not need a very good computer to run. I've seen multiple people run it just on pretty basic laptops on medium settings. I'm going to go ahead and turn the music down a little bit so you can hear me better, but one thing I would recommend is turning down your screen shake a little bit, because when you're going high speeds, it definitely makes it a little bit more difficult. And your crash effects. Your walk FOV level too, I would turn up, because when you get in the game and start walking around, it can seem a little bit narrow-sided. As of right now, it is to my understanding that you cannot change any of the key bindings. So you're stuck with what the game is telling you here. Now let's jump in. You cannot change your name after you type it in here. You can't go into your save and modify it or anything. You will have to start a new save, so make sure you pick a name that you like. I'm going to press enter on the keyboard to finish there, not A on my Xbox controller. The game's going to start at 8 p.m. here, and it ends at 8 a.m. So you have 12 hours to do the night. So here you get a call from your friend that you were initially meant to meet in Japan, but you find out there's no cars. But he did leave you some money to buy your first car. And you will see why he is not in Japan here in a minute. First things first, let's grab the money up here. Take the money. Next thing you're going to want to do is go to this computer and go to the auction house. Well, it's going to tell you on your phone first. Go to the computer and go onto the used car auctions. You press up on the D-pad on Xbox controller to bring up your phone, and you press the same button to bring it down. Go ahead, go to the car auction. You can skip this little animation to start with. Just makes it go by a little bit faster. You'll notice to start with, the only cars you have available are Sanis Levissa 180 RS and 200 RS. Now, what to look for here in the auction is the mileage, auto or manual. This car is a manual, this car is an auto. Some people like to pay close attention to the grade. I personally don't think it will drastically change your car. What I personally pay attention to is the mileage. You might be wondering what the difference is between the 200 RS and the 180 RS. The 180 RS has a 5-speed manual, and I haven't personally tested this, but it has been said that it has more torque than the 200 RS. But the 200 RS has 6 speed, so 6 gears instead of the 5 of the 180. They both have the same engine, and as of right now, automatic transmissions are very slow. So even if you don't think you're comfortable driving a manual, I would buy one anyways, because in this game, the clutch is not very useful. You can shift without it just fine, and you don't feel a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this 147,000 kilometer Lavisa 180 RS grade 3.5 because it is manual, and it is everything you will want. You'll notice though that under some of these it will say full tank of fuel or nothing, or smell of cigarettes. Most of that is it doesn't mean much. It's just for immersion. Sometimes it'll say, oh, the interior is stained, or it has modifications or whatever. Most of that doesn't mean anything. Generally, the low oil pressure of this one might mean something. It could mean the engine's just a little bit less healthy, but it's not going to be game changing. So first things first, I'm going to buy this car because it has the lowest mileage and it is manual. Some people prefer the 200 RS because it has 6 gears. I will not say that one is definitely better than the other. You cannot change from manual to automatic transmission or automatic to manual. There's not transmission swaps. Buy that. I'm going to leave the car auction. Press B on Xbox controller and confirm that you're leaving. Now, when you leave the computer, you'll see the car you just purchased is down there. Now, like I said, this is February 24th, 2024, so everything here is subject to change. But you'll see the car's icons above is red for oil and yellow for engine. The first thing you can do is press X when you're next to the car to change the oil. Changing your oil will make it run better, as if your oil is red, it won't run as good or get up to speed as fast. And you'll see the engine icon is still yellow, and currently there's no way to make it green or get it any healthier until the engine is basically blown. After you do enough modification and hold enough time at red line, your engine icon will be red. And only then can you press X to repair the engine rather than changing the oil. You will be prompted to spend some money, but your engine will be back to being healthy. Like I said, you cannot do that until the engine icon is red. The very first thing you can do to get an edge up, if you feel that you're not skilled enough to beat the AI, is you can go to customize here. You can go to exterior with A, and from here you can walk around the car. You can put on parts if you're holding parts, or in this case I will be removing parts. You just walk up and you press A on an Xbox controller on it, and you take the part off. You can press A again to throw it on the ground. You can do it with the fenders, the hood, the front bumper. I'm not going to do it with the headlights because I would like to see. You can do it with the side skirts, and you can do it with the rear bumper. Now what this is going to do is it will save you a little bit of weight, as the AI is very, very difficult right now, which is subject to change very, very soon. The AI will be fixed and back to a normal difficulty soon, but until then you can go ahead and strip your front end for a little bit of weight savings, and that weight savings will make you maybe a little bit faster or make you corner just a little bit better. I have not personally tested this, but the only two parts that I would not take off is the front bumper and the rear bumper if you have aftermarket ones, because the aftermarket bumpers will the aftermarket bumpers gives you downforce, which the downforce helps you corner and helps you keep the speed around corners rather than having to brake as much. I'm putting the body panels back on because I do not think I need the extra bonus from them. You can also edit the part if you press the right shoulder button, say on this fender. It gives you the option to take off the side light there on the front part of the fender by pressing X, or you can take off the antenna. It's hard to see right now because where it's at on the car, but you can toggle that on and off also. You can do the same thing with your front bumper, with your badge. Put your badge on and off, put your grill on or off, and you can change your license plate placement with up on the D-pad and down on the D-pad. The second thing you can do is go to your interior. Exterior front end swaps are not currently in the game, and neither is forced injection swapping or engine swapping. To go back to interior, press enter. Now you walk up to your car and it's going to ask remove interior parts. Go ahead and do that. It's hard to see, but it says up there remove part. Interior main, this means like your carpet and generally like your stuff you're not going to use. You just see the carpet disappear right there. What this is going to do is it's going to save you some amount of weight. The floor mats don't save you weight, but I take them out anyways. You can get aftermarket steering wheels, you can get aftermarket dash, radio, and all that good stuff. Everything you see here, you can get aftermarket and change. You can remove the passenger seat for some less weight. You can also remove the rear seats here. You can also remove the door cards. All that is going to save you a little bit of weight to get you an edge up at the very beginning for free. You have to spend no money to get this weight savings. Some people don't need them. Some people will prefer to have the full interior look. That's only if you think you need it. Other than that, you can take the parts out that you just had. You can go to your storage by pressing Y in that same menu. You can go to it, and then you can press X to sell the part. Selling the part gives you a little bit of extra money to use on parts. Now, you don't have to go through all this. You don't have to sell all this or get the extra edge up on the AI, but right now you might need it because how difficult the AI is. I'm going to go ahead and sell all the parts I took out just for some extra money for upgrades. You can put roll cages in, you just have to buy one from the parts store. So the very first part I'm going to buy is going to be for my engine. You can just press A on when you're on the engine option. Then you can press X to go to the store. And from here you have the option of air filter, exhaust manifold, intake manifold, intercooler, radiator, spark plugs, turbo, fuel system, engine block, camshaft, engine head, pistons, oil cooling, ECU, NOS, and the transmission. As of right now, the AI is very difficult to the point NOS is very recommended as one of your first upgrades. Whether you do the DIY high power or the DIY low power is completely up to you. The high power lowers your engine strength and will hurt it faster and make you need to rebuild it. The low power gets you more uses but less power per NOS use. So I'm going to go with the low power. I'm going to press back. And the second upgrade I would recommend doing is getting a circuit ECU when you can afford it. Of course, I don't have enough money now, and you will likely not have enough money when you start out either, but that is one of the first upgrades I would do. The other upgrade I would do is get circuit camshafts. Now the camshafts will increase your red line so that you can get more power out of each gear. See, it ups my top speed by 11 kilometers an hour. That doesn't seem like much, but in the long term, it does help you if you're flat out and maxing out your transmission. Which, if you're doing power adding mods like the camshaft or the ECU, you will need to upgrade your radiator or your intercooler, because these help cool the engine, and if you don't upgrade that, then you will be overheating a lot. Overheating means that you're going to be very slow and you're going to damage your engine more. And then there's engine strength, which to upgrade your engine strength, you will upgrade your engine block and your engine head. And that flat out just means that you will be ruining your engine not as fast. It'll be a lot longer between rebuilds. Another small way to increase your cooling is by upgrading your oil cooler. You don't have to do prototype or circuit for all parts. Sometimes street is totally okay. And since I'm just buying the NOS right this second, I'm going to press Y from this menu, and then it takes me to the checkout. I'm just going to confirm that. And then I'm going to have the NOS box in my hands. I just walk up to the engine and press A. Now the NOS is installed. Normally it will show a NOS bottle on your interior, it's just hard to see because the windows are black and it hasn't refreshed yet. Another thing you can do is you can press right shoulder when by the engine, and you can change your blow-off valve. The blow-off valve does not change anything except the sound when you let off the gas or you shift. So you can press X to hear the next noise. There's 6 different options right now. I'm going to leave it with a stock one. And then to get out of this menu, you can press B and go back. I have other videos to show you that you can change the suspension, your camber, your lowering, and just in general other parts of the car completely for free. But for now, let's just go out and race. Now we're going to see why our friend left Japan. Here's a cool little cutscene here. Gets cooler when you have a more modded car. You see an hour went by since I started. Here we are, the outside. Here we are getting a call from the mob boss that we will have to repay. So our friend that had called before and gave us the money for this car had taken a loan from this guy, and now we are responsible for paying it back. We have to race other people in order to get to pay the debt back. You'll see now we have a debt of 4.8 million yen. Debt cash is only for betting. Repay your debt by winning races. If you lose this cash, your car will be taken as payment. So, from here, the first thing you do is you go to the parking area. But to explain the debt a little more before we do that is, rather on the way, the debt, when you win races, a certain percentage of it will be taken to repay the debt. And once the debt is paid off, you will receive the full amount of the debts. However, the debt cash recovers your losses. Say I go here and I don't have any cash and pay off the debt at first, then debt cash is Another thing you can With shift, because this is a manual car, you can press E when you're at red line, and then you can press X when you are done. So you'll see here, I am completely stopped. Press the gas, go up in revs, I hit 7, I press B and upshift. Now, you don't need to use the clutch, and I have not seen there's any difference between using the clutch and not using it. So now we're at the parking area. You can just follow the route I took to get there, or the arrow on top of your screen. G Company is the current crew that occupies this area. There's the record and the earnings I've made, and it is 0 because this is a fresh save. In order to race other people, all we're going to do is walk up to them and offer to race. Here is our car, and here is the very first car we can race. This is Daisuke, or however you would like to pronounce it. A lot of people have been having issues with him specifically, and now he has a hate club in the Discord, so yeah, fuck you. But because he's the lowest racer here, the rep that they have does not matter as much as you would think. It simply, like, you'll get more rep if you race somebody with more rep than you do. So because he has more rep, I'll get more rep for beating him. But if I have more rep than him and I beat him, I'll get less rep for it, as opposed to if he was higher than me. So now we're at his car. I'm going to press A to call him. Going to propose a certain amount of money for a wager. I'm going to accept that. And then now we're transported to where the race is going to take place. Now this is a drag race, so we're going to do 3 heats, or 3 rounds, and the first person to win 2 of them wins. Now here at the start, it's going to have a tire warming or burnout. As of right now, we don't know the optimal temperature for tires too, as many people have said that they have not noticed a difference from it. What I do is rev limiter. You see how far that gets me. Sometimes it gets me in the 40s. There you go. That's not bad. Some people have gotten it as high as 90. But again, we don't know the optimal temperature, sorry. You can press the right stick down to flash your headlights to indicate you're ready for the race. And then you're going to hold brake, hold your gas, you're going to bring this flashlight, and as soon as you see that light flash, you're going to of the drag race. Here's the second heat. You can skip that intro bit if you want to watch it. And I'm just holding gas to get the tire turned up. Press the right stick down to flash my lights to indicate I'm ready for the race. Lights flashes, I let go of the brake. Alright, I won 2 out of the 3 races, so that means I win. Top right, you're going to see my money going up, my Cassini parking area rep going up, and my multiplier going up. That money, though, is not my total amount of money, that is the betting, the debt and betting. So you're going to see here, 247,000 yen out of the 330,000 I won goes back to the debt payments. And you get a portion of the side bets that people placed on the race. So in total for that, I gained 118,000 yen. I also got 558 race rep, but because of the crew controlling the parking area, I lost 474 of that, which I'll explain how to lower their crew strength very soon. And I get 5 times, or 0.5 times night rep. There's also a chance that after a race, whoever you raced will call you asking for a double or nothing rematch, exactly like that. I'm going to decline his rematch because I don't want this tutorial to be 40 minutes long. But yes, he offers you a rematch and you can double the money you bet on it, or yeah. But you lose your rep for doing that, for turning down a race. Now after a race, you'll see your engine's turned off. You can press left on the D-pad to start your engine again. You see your gauges go. To turn on your lights in a situation like this, you press the right thumbstick. So here we have, I'm just stuck in a tunnel. It looks like I have no idea where I am. So press the pause button, go to your map, and from here you can match the map with where you are now. Not a very easy place to see where exactly I'm at. Drive forward a little bit and see where I'm at. Doesn't take much. Okay, go back to map. And on the right side, I can see the satellite GPS of where I am, and I can match that fork in the road to one on the map. Now that is going to be this fork in the center of the left side of the screen. That matches, so I am about to turn left on that fork. But if I don't want to go there, I can go back to my pause menu and I can jump to the garage. There's no penalty for that. I just instantly jump back to the garage and I can enter it. But rather than do that, I will explain the night rep. So in the top right, you will see the multiplier is at 0.5 times. And all that means is that that number goes up with the amount of races you win in the night. So if you get it to say 1.5 times, that means you'll get a higher amount of money and a higher amount of rep per race that you win. It is not multiplied by 1.5 times as it used to be, but it is still significant enough to be worth keeping that multiplier high. That multiplier goes from 0 to 3 times, so it is worth not losing for that. But like I said, the AI is very unbalanced right now. That race that I did looked easy, so it is not always that easy. Trust me. Many people have had issues with Daisuke specifically because enough that he has a hate group now. So just know that it will not be as easy as it showed in this fresh save. I will make a video on the mid game and the late game of this demo too. Let me know if there's any other tutorials or things you don't understand, and I can address it on Discord or in the comments or make another video about it.